Good morning everyone and welcome to another Twister stream. This time I'm streaming the Twister Grand Finals for you for the NA server. Just a standard disclaimer, this is not a crate stream. If you want to get crates you have to watch through the portal and you have to make sure that you are logged in. Tonight Brian is having the crate streams and that means that I'm just having a very relaxed little front row seat for myself and talking about what I see just for a small group, which is you and me. So let's take away that preview and have a look-see. This is the current scoring in the NA server. We have Rain and Premo for the upper bracket, for the grand finals. Purple 3rd place and Magellan 4th place. And after tonight we will know who is the grand final, who is the champion for the online Twister Cup for the NA server and who is going to Minsk, because that is quite the prize to get. So all we need to do now is wait for room invite, which should be up in about 5 minutes, and also just wait for YouTube to be active so that I can activate the stream on there and actually be live. It is very early in the morning here, so I apologize in advance for any brain derps that I might have. You'll just have to take it. And basically that is it. So like I said, I'm just waiting for OBS to finish with the delay so that I can launch the stream on YouTube. It is something that I have to do manually, mainly because of the fact that there is a 5-minute delay on that stream, and that means that people can't see each other's lineups and basically that they can't stream snipe each other. It is that way so that basically the max waiting time in a training room before the match actually starts is 5 minutes, and by using a 5-minute delay you basically make sure that no one can see anything from anyone, because no one is ready exactly 5 minutes beforehand. So it is a very safe way for the teams to just be able to prepare in peace for the matches that are to follow. And that is basically it. Now, like I said, I'm just waiting for YouTube to catch up. And in the meantime, I'm trying my best to sort of get awake. I unfortunately do not have the option to drink any coffee for it, mainly because of the fact that I'm not outright allergic to caffeine, but I do react to it, so I avoid drinking it when I can, because it makes me get a giant headache for a few days when I do. So yeah, let's just avoid doing that and we'll focus on just trying to stay awake instead. That's also one reason why I drink a lot of sodas, to be fair, because I do love the fizziness, and it sort of has a similar effect to caffeine, even if it's not caffeine. So YouTube is catching on to the fact that I am wanting to stream at this age, at this time of night. Yes, I really do, and we are almost there, just waiting. There you go. Now we are officially live on YouTube, and now I just have to wait for the stream to catch up so that I can pause that, because I do want to keep an eye on the chats. I much prefer to do that and react to questions when I can. You just have to keep in mind that there is that 5-minute delay, so anything that you ask I will start to respond to like 5 minutes after you actually ask it, and that generally makes it feel quite useless, but at the same time, yeah. So we are now ready on the YouTube part for this actual gameplay. Now we just have to wait for the room invite, which should be up in a few minutes. Sorry about that. And that is basically it. Let's have a look-see in what maps we are going to. We are going to pretty much a collection of my favorite maps: Vineyards, Faust, Naval Frontier, Normandy and Alpenstadt if we get a tiebreaker. Last time Rain beat Premo with a 5-1 score. When they met, they beat him 4-0. So the odds are a little bit in Rain's favor, but we've seen Premo do some really amazing, cool stuff. Premo, of course, coming to the finals with a 5-0 versus Purple, and doing exceptionally well in the professionals tournament. The only one that they lost to is the one that they're now facing. So I'm actually quite eager to see these two duke it out again. Premo so far having consistently gone through, yes, thank you for that, having consistently gone to any offline event that has been there, so they kind of have a reputation to maintain. And basically today's what it's all about. I have a free crate here, so I'm just going to open that. It's the last one for today. We got some poopsters, but it's free stuff, so can't complain. The amazing offer I've still not gotten on my main account on the EU server, unfortunately. I would love to get that 12k gold. It's just amazing. But yeah, just seriously hoping that I will get that on my main account at some point, because yeah, you can't have enough gold really. So now we have a notification because of that stupid avatar being removed. I do like the avatars. I don't like that for every avatar you get a notification when it's been taken away, and that you get this notification around the avatar area next to your name to tell you that you have a new avatar. I understand, but it's a bit annoying to have to go there every time, and it only goes away when you actually click on the avatar. So yeah. So we just have to wait for the room invite that will be up in about a minute or thereabouts, and then I'll go over the map with you. So far OBS is holding steady, no drop frames, so I'm happy with that. That is basically what I want. So let's see. Well, there's not really much to talk about at this stage, really. We have seen both these teams have pretty epic matches, and I haven't been able to stream NA as much as I actually wanted to. And that is mainly to do with... There's a room invite. That is mainly to do with the fact that it's just the time zones making it near impossible. So that makes it not easy to follow everything that I want to follow. But yeah, we are in the room now. Primo arriving, Brian on the other side. Brian having some technical issues, so I'm hoping that everything will go alright for him. And we have 4.5 minutes to go before we go to the first match on Vineyards. Vineyards looks like this. You have 3 bases, base A and B close to their respective spawns. Base C a bit more to the back than it actually shows on this minimap. This is still the all position. Sorry, just having a bit of an itch in my throat and it's really annoying. So basically, I liked this map better when it had the dusk setting, when the lighting was different. It was actually nicer. But I still love the map as a whole, with all the peekaboom places that it has, the ruins in the corner, and even though that there's lots of camping places, you kind of know where you're gonna get shot from. So that definitely helps with moving around. I love this map, especially in Supremacy mode, mainly because I actually, when I can, I only play Supremacy mode. But yeah, it is overall a lovely map, and I'm eager to see what they do with it, because we've seen some very cheeky action on this map throughout the tournament seasons. And I've no reason to think that these teams won't bring cheeky actions like that themselves. So we have 3.5 minutes left to go before we go into the first match of this matchup. And we see that some people are offline. They're probably restarting the game, but have read it up before so that they know for sure that they're going to get in there. And we see that Rain is now readying up in 2 IS4s, a Foch, a 215B, a T22 medium, a 268 and potentially an STB, versus 2 Foches, a T22 medium, an E50M, an E5 and potentially a Spaghetti and an IS7. But they still have about 3 minutes to go, and then we will see the first match. No, the Spaghetti is being changed for the bad chat. I just saw the question, can't she drink tea? Well, yes and no. It also has caffeine, so it basically has a similar effect. And basically, it's just, I don't really like tea. I'm not in favor of the flavor. I'm not too much into hot drinks either, but coffee has a different effect. But yeah. And now we see that both teams are completely ready, and Rain has exchanged their STB for a T22 medium, and on the other side we see an extra E5. So we have a batch at 2 Foches, 2 E5s, a T22 and an E50M versus 2 IS4s, 1 Foch, 2 T22 mediums, a 215B, an IS4 and a 268. So let's see what is going to happen. In little less than 2 minutes we get to see the first matchup of this best of 9, meaning that the team that reaches 5 victories first is the one that is going to win the grand finals, will be the online Twister champion, and will be able to go to Minsk to try and be the offline Twister champion. So it's definitely going to be amazing. I'm eager to see the matches, I'm eager to see what happens, I'm eager to see if Primo is speed and if they manage to bring it, because Rain is definitely a formidable opponent and they have proven themselves time and time again. So basically anything can happen. I can't really, based on their matchups together, I would say Rain has it. But this is the finals, and we've seen teams that were supposedly having it nearly losing. We have seen Raid being kicked out and only becoming the 4th place of the online finals for the EU server, even though they're last year's world champion. So yeah, I'm not placing any bets because anything can still happen. It's all about these matches. The previous matches don't matter as much now that we're actually here. So let's see. In EU, of course, EG taking it home quite formidably as well. They were down with 2 matches and then won 5 in a row to take it home. So that was absolutely epic to see. Definitely worth rewatching if you haven't seen it. Because it was just lovely. It was basically them outplaying Loka, which is now the runner-up. But it was also them making full use of the mistake that Loka made. Loka not pushing effectively and EG just basically massacring them for it every time they pushed. So here we go, the first matchup for the NA server grand finals. Let's have a look. Lots of different avatars, a lot of avatars. Not a fan of that. I don't like clowns, come on. Though I do like that Wargaming does the movie reference thing, because they also did it with Endgame, and I did love those avatars though. I would have loved to have and keep the fist. So we start off by Pramo, Tanner heading towards base A. All of Pramo heading in the same direction, and Rain doing the same thing. Aww. Thank you, Isham. That is really sweet of you. Cora going into not necessarily cap the base. Taking a big hit into Hated Fate there. Pramo pushing quite aggressively. Tanner being steadily murdered. But Rain losing quite a bit of HP for doing it. But now Pramo... Ooh, big hit into Nike there. Pramo is not going to survive this one. The next reload will be the last reload. And we see Ghost losing a lot of HP as well. Tanner is gone. Ghost is almost gone. They have to be careful here, because they've already gunned down, and that is definitely not the way that you want it to go. Both teams have a base, but we see that Rain has definitely gun advantage. They have the HP advantage of 2k. Enzyme now pushing in quite aggressively, allowing himself to get shot from lots of sides. And this is a push that is not really working as intended. I don't know why Enzyme did that. But there he goes, and now it is 7 versus 4. And the only ones that are remotely healthy are the Foshes. So now basically Rain is free to push in. They take out Ghost. Reich is next in line. And we have his Royal Fatness that just massacred. Reich can't be shook, just got taken out by even Steven. But this is going to be a very short game, and Rain definitely has it. There's no way that Cora can have a Kolobanov versus 6, and there he goes. Over in less than 2 minutes. No idea what Tanner was doing, pushing that aggressively. And the rest of Pramo basically not being there. It seems to me like a very problem in communication, maybe? Oh, thank you, Kaiser. Getting a birthday song in the chat. And we see now Pramo changing their lineup, going for a Batchet, a 268 to IS4, a Fortune STB and a Spaghetti versus 1 IS4, 2 T22 mediums, 3 T22 mediums even, a Force 215B and another Force. So that is quite the deadly combination, and I'm curious to see what will go, because after this first match Pramo has to be quite thrown. Because this wasn't even a close game, this was just slaughter. And I think Tanner pushing like that, the E5's overextending to try and help him. The Enzyme then just going over to try and take out that IS-4, regardless of the fact that there were other people there very, very ready to shoot him. It was massacre, chaos, slaughter. Can think of another few words probably. But it did not go as Premo intended, obviously. 35 seconds left to go before we go into the second match of this best of 9. No pressure yet. Like I said, the one that reaches 5 victories first is the one to take it home. But even though I expect very quick games with Premo, because that is what we've been seeing a lot of them, I don't really expect quick games like this. Fortio has the solution. No coffee, no tea, stick with vodka. And here we go, the countdown clock has begun. And we are entering that second match. The second match on Vineyards as well. After this we are switching maps. Going to my favorite map of all time. Rain now becoming more clowny as we speak. And let's see how this will go. Oh, there goes my mouse. Let's go up, up and away. We have the spaghetti Cora with the awesome, lovely camo. Moving towards base B. All of Rain pushing to the city now. Not going for base A at all. But going a bit towards the middle. This potentially means that Premo can steal base A when they're done with this. Snowfox has been spotted. Rain pushing straight on in. Not careful at all. Going after Snowfox and Reich instantly. And the spaghetti taking big hit there. Basically we see a reverse push, but it is more coordinated, it is more together. Snowfox is almost gone. Nike is almost gone. And Ghost is being eaten alive for overextending. Dragon Creek losing a ton of HP. Can't be shoot, just lost a ton of HP. His Royal Fatness has reloaded, making him very, very dangerous indeed. Big hit into Dragon Creek, but he takes a hit back. It can go every which way. There are low HP targets, but they're not being taken out. Base B has been stolen. Enzyme moving in, taking a big hit there. Even Steven missing a very vital shot, and that will be the end of Even Steven. So far, it is 7 versus 5. There goes Cora. There goes Dragon Creek. There are so many low HP targets that are just not being taken out by Premo. And that is that basically they're holding them back. Ghost is almost gone. Enzyme shooting the ground. Missing the turret, falling down. It is 6 versus 2. Tanner, the only one that is remotely healthy, running around in a bad chat. He might be able to get some kills in once he reloads. And that is one. He can potentially have a few more, but he's getting rammed, he's getting bullied. He is still alive, if barely. He takes out TJ, but after that Can't Be Shook takes him out. And the second match, just over 2 minutes, is for Rain. And this was like a rain waterfall cresting. Well, a rain wave, let's put it that way. Cresting, and very interesting to see, but I think if Premo had held more rather than pushed into it, then it would have been quite different, even though they would have lost Reich and Snowfox. But you saw the HP that Ghost just massively lost for trying to help there. So now we are going to Faust, like I said, my favorite map in the whole game. Base C and D closest to their respective spawns, you can fire from one into the other. Base B in the middle, base A bit more secluded, but we generally see some spotters around there. And overall I love this map because of the tunnels and the bridges that it has. It is so unpredictable. There are certain lines of fire that are possible from one side to the map to the other. And I just love it because anything can happen on this map. So I'm very curious to see how this will go. Rain definitely have a very strong start. And in the meantime, you're now catching up to what happened the first minute. And we see Rain now readying up in 2 IS-4s, an E3, 2 Forces and 2 T-22 mediums. That is some speed with a lot of big guns. Versus a Batchet, an E3, 2 IS-4s, an STB and 2 215Bs. So that is a more steady lineup, but those big guns can wreak such havoc. I'm curious to see if they will manage that. So let's see, we are 18 seconds away from the third match. Again, no real pressure yet, but it is slowly starting to build as we get closer to that 5. So hopefully Primo can bring it. And then we can work towards the tiebreaker, because that would definitely be awesome. I would love tiebreakers as a streamer. I imagine that it's not that lovely for the teams, but it is lovely. Fadu having changed, not sure if he was there before, but we keep seeing different different images with Rain's lineup. So let's see what happens. And we see Primo sending the STB over to overlook base A, whereas the rest is moving towards base D, and Rain basically doing the same thing, capping base D. Can't be shoot going to the other spot so that they can cap together in relative safety and cap that much faster, giving Rain an advantage. Both teams have one medium overlooking base A, but not actually in the vicinity of it. Base C now having been capped, but there is about a 12-point advantage for Rain, which is about 1/3 of a tank. So let's see what happens here. We have TJ moving up towards base A, and we see that Nike is moving in to actually cap it. He might get spotted for it. He fires a blind shot into it, but he might well get away with actually capping it without losing any hit points for it, and that will definitely give Rain the advantage. And Primo is responding to that by pulling back together and potentially going for a rush on the other side, but they are holding in place. They're not making a move. Cora activating his speed boost. Now we see Primo pushing, and we see that Rain is pulling back together a little bit as well. Primo unspotted yet as they push. Now they are getting spotted, and we see the forces arriving at the back. That is going to be a very unhappy Batchat, but he does spot them in time. Primo not pushing on, only getting that first hit in. Ghost Ranger taking a big hit. E3 is the preferred target here, and all of Primo is here. Oh, Tanner getting forced. And his Royal Fatness is reloading. The E3 is pulling back. They are holding the side on their own. His Royal Fatness does lose a ton of HP, but he gets his second shot in. The T-22 is more in the middle, not able to get shots in. And they're being sent to either flank or get base B, or both. Can't be shook. Taking a hit. Base B now being capped. The STB. Not sure where to go by the looks of it. Primo having wanted to push. Base C also being stolen. Basically, Rain is adding insult to injury by doing it like this. Nike getting shot at, but they have 4 bases now. Can't be shook, losing a little bit more HP. Ghost losing some HP. The T-22s being their OP little cells. Holding. The rest of Primo now pushing, but they've lost quite a bit of HP, but so has Rain. Reich losing HP as he pushes. Can't be shook. Down to low health now. Ghost Ranger moving in. Ramming, but also blocking shots from his teammate. Getting shot in from behind. There goes Can't be shook and Ghost Ranger both. His Royal Fatness is next in line. Apro Panda getting a big shot in. They have to. There you go. Ghost is gone, but his Royal Fatness as well. Both teams have lost 2 guns now. But we see Hated Fate reloading. And it is now 4 versus 3. And it is not looking too good, especially now that we are already at 985 points. Unless they take out tanks very fast. This is definitely Rain's game. And here we go, 1k points. Rain takes it home. That cheeky move with sending the T22s to cap base B and C. Just stealing it right from under their noses. Very cheeky, but I love it. And Pramo now behind three matches. And they will have to win 5 matches in order to get that title. And Rain only having to win 2 more. That is... oof. I'm a bit at a loss for words. I don't quite expect this from Pramo, but Rain is formidable. They are bringing it for sure. And I quite love that. I quite love what they're showing. Both the rushing and both the tactics. Going to steal those bases. If Pramo had pushed then, it might have been different. Because it would have taken the T22s a little bit of time to get back. But yes, now in just 1 minute we are going into the second match on Faust, the 4th match of this best of 9. And we will have to see if Pramo has an answer, because this is definitely tricky. They have now readied up in an STB, a 268, 2 IS4s, 2 E5s and a Foch. And they're going to go up against 2 IS4s, 2 215Bs, 2 Foches and an STB. Assuming Hated Fate does ready up, but he does. Half a minute left to go. These are very, very quick games. I didn't check how quick that last one was, but it was slower than the rest of them, but it was still a pretty quick game. Rain dominating the map. And let's see. 12 seconds left. The countdown clock is now starting. And here we go. Getting ready for that 4th match. Not yet decisive. But the pressure is definitely building. And here we go. Dwarf calls it. No camping going on in these games. No time. That is so true. It's very aggressive gameplay and I like it. But at the same time I would prefer longer matches because of stream. So let's see what happens in this 4th match. There goes the missile. I still need to check in one training room one time to see how far you can see it fly. Tanner heading towards base A. All of Rain heading towards base C. Base D not even being capped. And we have Tanner heading towards the corner. May need to look at it. He's followed by 2 E5s and an IS4. But that leaves their TDs relatively unprotected near their own base. And we might be seeing a pincer movement. Base A being capped, but base D is left behind, and that is a tricky thing. Ghost Ranger moving towards the team. Cora and even Steven at the back. Ready for a potential push. Nike going to potentially spot, but seeing no one. Cora moving a bit forward to take shots into base C if they get there. Even Steven ready to back him up. Tantan taking a tiny bit of damage by going to cap base B. Dragon Creek taking a bit of a hit there. And now they almost have 2 bases. And we see Rain responding by pulling back towards their spawn. And Prama now having 2 bases gives them the advantage, gives them the point advantage soon. Ghost Ranger taking a little bit of a hit there. He has to be careful not to overextend too much. Pramo pulling back. Base D still uncontested. And Pramo taking positions. Can't be shooked. Losing a ton of HP. Cora losing HP for it in turn. By Hated Fate. And by his Royal Fatness. And that is not the way that you want to lose HP. 10-10 shooting TJ. Has to be in not a preferable position. But Tanner taking a big hit for it, and TJ is still alive. TJ well protected by his teammates, even though he might lose his life for this. They are paying for it by blood. Can't be shook. Steadily reduced. TJ almost gone. But look at this. Rain is pushing in. They're going straight forward. Apropenda taking the shot. And Basically, this is difficult to show because I can't actually show that, but there goes 10-10. And now we have Tanner, that is a one-shot. Tanner not able to make it out alive of this one. TJ still alive, there goes Tanner. We see his Royal Fatness missing a very vital shot, but so far everyone from Rain is still alive and Ghost Ranger is almost gone. His Royal Fatness. There goes Nike, the first one to fall on Rain's side. His Royal Fatness taking the shot, not doing the damage, but Hated Fate does get it in. And now it is a massacre, but it is 5 versus 2. And even though Ghost is still pretty healthy, he is unlikely to make it out alive. Ghost pulling back, but Hated Fate arriving at the back with a full clip. Getting those shots in. I can't get in, because that will actually jump me on top and then you miss all the action. But there he goes. And the match is for Rain. Again, keeping their one-shots alive very effectively. And now it is 4-0. And that means that the pressure is on. If Rain takes home this next match, then they are the online Twister champions for the NA server. And this will be the shortest Twister stream I've ever had. So let's see what's going to happen. We have Premo now completely ready for a match on Naval Frontier. I'm going to show you that map real quick. It looks like this. You have 3 bases. C considered the mat base, A considered the heavy base, even though I always go there with the mat. Base B in the middle. None of these bases are easy to cap because there's lots of lines of fire into it. And we might be able to see some camping action in the upper right corner, depending on if they push up one tank or not. So that is the map that we're going to for this 5th game. The pressure is definitely on Premo. They have to win the next 5 games in a row if they want to win this, and Rain only has to win 1 more. And as I said, Premo now completely ready. They're taking a Spaghetti, 2 Forces, 2 215Bs, an E50M and an IS-4, and going up against 2 215Bs, 2 T22 mediums, an IS-4 and 2 Forces. So lots of new meta on both sides, but no T22 mediums on Premo's side. They are taking a Spaghetti, which is both something that can be good and can be bad, because with the auto reloading system, it is a very good tank to have on the team, but I've seen it be way more effective when there's 2 of them. So I'm very curious to see what will happen. And Premo basically has a very difficult task to, if they want to win this. Like I said, they have to win the next 5 matches. Rain only has to win 1 more. And at the moment it seems that Premo has no answer. And that is the worrisome part. Premo having been so steady, now even a team combined of Void and Premo, generally very good together, having performed so well. But now against Rain, they are missing it. And let's see what happens in this potentially decisive match for the grand finals. Cora heading towards base B together with Even, Steven and Tanner. The rest of Premo heading towards base C. And we see Rain going for base A, with TJ taking a spotting position to overlook base A. We have Fadu moving in, steadily heading towards base B. If he manages to cap it, that would be so cheeky. And he is going straight in, not getting spotted for it. And they are capping. They are also taking base A. And if they manage to do this, if Fadu manages to take this, then they have a definite advantage over Premo before they have 2 bases then. Fadu not even getting shot for his troubles. Spotting some people as he goes. Cora taking a bit of damage there. But overall, Rain steadily has the strings for this match so far, with having 2 bases and thus an ever-growing point advantage. TJ pulling back, not interested now that they have the base, going back towards his team. They need to dominate base A and B, and that means that they don't need to overlook C as much. He is taking a position to protect anyone that is going to go after his Royal Fatness. No, he is not. He is going elsewhere. Going up to a similar position where he was before, but on the other side. Mainly just to probably look to see where Premo will be pushing from. Fadu doing the same thing, getting spotted for it. But they're both holding a ridge. They're both be able to proxy spot someone coming. And we see the E50M moving. But he has to be careful and wait for the rest of his team. Because if he pushes too far and he gets spotted, they will know where people are coming from. Ghost now having been spotted. And taking a massive hit for it. His Royal Fatness now reloading. Fadu protecting base B. Reich pushing in for it. Reich losing HP for it. Base B contested, but crossfire happening. Fadu pulling back. We have Tanner moving in with the Spaghetti. Versus 2 on 5B. We have the Force and the E50M. Heading towards Hated Fate. And now we have a brawl starting. Tanner steadily losing HP. I can't possibly show you all, but there goes Reich. There goes Tanner, and now there are 2 guns down. His Royal Fatness has been taken out. But just look at this. Rain moving in, killing off Enzyme. Fadu is next in line for Premo. Even Steven taking a massive hit. Can't be Shook getting behind him. Fadu is gone. And now it is 5 versus 4, but HP wise, Premo has got a very big disadvantage. Ghost up above. And we are already at 1k points for Rain, and Rain is the online Twister champion for the NA server. I didn't even notice the points with all the action that was starting. But oh my god. Rain taking the home 5-0 versus Premo. Premo! Seriously, Premo! The clan that has basically gone to every offline so far. And now it is Rain that is going to go to Minsk. And not just in any way, but a 5-0 result. It is insane. The matches, 5 matches over in 25 minutes. That is including 8 minutes waiting time. That is 18 minutes of playtime in total. That is just over 3 minutes per game on average. That is nuts. Massive congratulations to Rain for taking it home like this. Definite dominance. It is a pleasure to see. I would have loved longer matches. I would have loved more matches. But Rain definitely proving their dominance here. Amazing job. And like I said, pretty much the shortest live stream I've ever done for the Twister Cup. Congratulations to Rain for taking it home, for going to Minsk. Congratulations also to Premo for being the runner-up, because that is no mean feat either. We have to keep that in mind. They fought tooth and nail to get here, and they did really well. But Rain just reigned. Reign supreme. Let's call it that. So that is it for me tonight, actually. Very, very fast. I'm going to go back to bed. I'm going to go and sing some congratulations first, for sure, but still. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, short though it was. Again, massive congratulations to Rain. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for the never-ending support. And I'll be back on Wednesday with the wildcard tournament for the EU server. And after that, until the offline, the Twister season will be over. And after that, we have to wait for spring season. I can't believe that. So thanks to the players for their lovely but very fast gameplay. And thank you all for watching. And I'll be seeing you all on Wednesday. Good night.